Hello, the internet. Welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi. Today we're gonna be talking a little bit about Sakura and the before you pull to know if she is worth for you or not. As usual, this is a pre-analysis, so wait until the real characters are out and we can test in-game. Alright? That said, let's get started. Before we start, leave a like, subscribe, comment on the channel. We're gonna be live again today, another 14 hours because we have no live. Also, my god, Sakura looks good. Like Sakura, Rosana looks amazing. Probably the best fan service we've gotten this year by far. But first video, it's Sakura, not Rosana. And also off topic, but why is CCC 110 gigabytes? Why is this game bigger than Elden Ring? Mihoyo is tripping today. Right, let's not get off track, okay? Let's talk about Sakura blooming summer and if she's worth for you or not. Okay, starting with the basic stuff. Attacker, assault rifle, win B3, 60 bullets, 13.65 of attack as damage. That is pretty standard, I will say, for assault rifles. Most of them do that. The two biggest exceptions, of course, are going to be 2B because she sucks, 6%, and then Scarlet because, well, she is drunk. Automatically, her damage goes up to 27%. So people are comparing her with actually Scarlet, saying that she's going to be able to rival her damage, and it could be the case. We'll see when she comes out. I'm actually expecting a really good DPS, I'm going to be honest. Her kit is looking really, really good. And let's actually talk about her kit and where she's going to be shining the most, alright? So first of all, skill 1, Bloom, it's a passive. Activates at the start of the battle, affects self, forcibly uses skill 2. We'll talk about skill 2 in a second. Activates when an ally or self destroys an enemy part, increasing sustained damage by 5% for 30 seconds, increasing the dancing flower duration for 10 seconds, and also increasing the Sakura petals by 10 seconds. So these are different conditions, but mostly it's based on every time you or an ally breaks parts. This is good because this is not like Epinel, for example. Reminder that there are characters that work similarly, that you have to break parts or kill enemies, but it's you who have to do it. So for example, Epinel, her biggest problem is that this is, when the last bullet hits a target. This one, skill 1, when you kill an enemy. It's not when you or an ally kill an enemy. That would actually make her decent-ish, just similar to Soline, right, where you can actually use them. But it's not the case. It's like when you or an ally break apart. So let's talk about sustained damage, dancing flowers, and Sakura petals. First of all, sustained damage. Think of this as burn, right? She's gonna be the burning queen, but she doesn't burn. She's throwing you flowers at you because she loves you. And then we have dancing flowers and Sakura petal. What are these two things? Well, they are based on skill 2, which is a cooldown time of 30 seconds, full glory, affects self. Dancing flower, attack damage increased by 15%. Reminder, attack damage always better than attack. And then the second part affects the enemy with the highest attack. When it's bosses, only one enemy. Sakura petals deals 256 of final attack as sustained damage every second for 15 seconds. Every second you're burning the enemy for 15 times, right? Because it's 15 seconds, 256% of final attack. This is good because it's final attack, it's a big percentage, and there's ways of increasing this. We'll talk about on a second as well. Now, the biggest problem that she will find, as you can see, is that yes, at the start of the battle, she uses a skill 2. So you already have your petals and your dancing flowers, your first stack in there for 15 seconds. If there is a boss without parts, skill 1 renders useless. It's never going to be used because you cannot break parts. Now, the good news is that there is plenty of bosses with actual parts. Aligen sent me this. He was talking with other people and he was like, okay, Sefhi, I'm resending this to you because I don't want to rewrite it. He's lazier than me. Shout out to Ali. One love, brother. I love you. And this is all of the bosses that regenerate parts and how often they regenerate them. There is a lot of bosses, guys. And people are saying that Land Eater is going to be the next solo raid, which makes sense for Sakura to actually shine and be on that top team when it comes to the next solo raid. We'll see, though. We'll see. But there is a lot of bosses, so she will find place. This is not a niche, like for example, removing debuffs, right? Cleansing. When we talk about Aid, Christmas Mika, all of these characters that cleanse you, they are niche because there is 2 debuffs in the game that are that you need to worry about, and you can skip them. You don't even need to worry with Ultra and with Crystal Chamber, right? You can ignore them. So when it comes to parts, is different. Plenty of bosses as parts, they can keep introducing more since they've been doing it constantly. So this is really good. This means that Sakura, even though niche, she will find usage plenty of times and in a lot of situations, right? That's great. Once again, a lot of bosses that you can enjoy. Most of them also on special interception for people to take advantage of her kit. So that's good. But on those specific cases where there is no parts, skill 1 completely useless. So now you have a skill that activates every 30 seconds, and you have 15 seconds of uptime, so 50%, which is pretty nice still. Even with that, we need to see on Union Rage how much damage she does on normal boss without parts in comparison to normal Scarlet, and then put her side by side on a boss with parts. We might have to wait until we can run either a boss on hard mode, someone who can fully invest into Sakura, right? Or until we run the next solo raid. I'm expecting still her to be a really good DPS. Now let's talk about her burst skill. Ephemeral Splendor, active, cooldown 40 seconds, normal, affect random enemies, dealing 457% of final attack as damage, attacks sequentially for 10 times. If you look at the burst animation that they posted on Twitter, you'll see that this is random, but it will affect sequentially, almost instantly, to 10 enemies. It's like super fast, goes from one to the other. So it's not like the spread from Haran is to 10 random enemies, no matter the distance. Still, this is good because when there is a boss, it will be all of those going to the boss. That's nice. And then affects the same targets, dealing 35% of final attack as sustained damage every second, stacking up to 10 times, lasting for 10 seconds. So when there is a boss, this goes all to the boss. That's going to be amazing damage. Now, when it comes to burning damage, right now there is no one who can buff this sustained damage. But of course, they release Sakura. They release Rosanna, sorry. So we'll talk about Rosanna in the next video, since I want to make two separate ones to not confuse people on the before you pull for Rosanna. But right now, when it comes to Sakura, she's going to be finding most likely 4 solo raids. If there is enough parts, or if the boss is something like Land Eater, which is constantly regenerating, she's going to be top at team 3, right? Maybe team 1 to 3 on one of those, because she can deal really, really crazy damage. If there is no parts, however, I still think for people who are missing a Scarlet, for people who don't have a big roster, she will still find a place because she's going to be at least on your top 4 or 5 team still, right? Which is still crazy good. Also, reminder that this is nice because we do not have win characters when it comes to DPSs. Right now, it's only Scarlet Black Shadow. Finally, we're getting a contender to be with her for this elemental content. D and Epinel just do not carry it, right? So that said, I'm actually super excited about her. Before you pull, I would wait until the character is out. I think she's going to be doing really good damage. I'm super excited to be testing her out. We're going to be tomorrow when I wake up. I want to be doing a big giveaway for the skins, mission passes, gacha skins, etc. And then we're going to be pulling and testing the new characters. We'll also check the event, the minigame, everything in between. As usual, bosses, that's going to be it for this one. Let me know your thoughts on Sakura. If you were trying to pull, if you're going for MLB, what's your plan? And that's it. Thank you to my patrons for making this content possible. As usual, love you all, bosses. Good luck with your pull, the internet. I'll see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。